and asked to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom looked like shit. Hair all over the place, all kind of products.
And the audacity, you sitting here talking about a woman's house. Let's talk about your city, Akon. She got hair all over the bathroom floors. You got cows all through your infrastructure. Dropping deuces. Hey, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz, back again. Another video with my lovely wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, people? I'm snitching.
Hey, man. So anyway, we're going to get to the point that matters. All right. There's a brutal collapse of Akon Scam City is the video that we're reacting to by Patrick CC. I'll be sure to put his video down in the description below. Apparently the city that Akon's been building this whole time, you got something to say? It doesn't matter. The city that Akon's been building this whole time apparently was a scam. Apparently he's been lying this whole time. Cause last time I checked, he was supposed to be building like the next Wakanda or something like that. So Akon, man, you let me down, man. You got anything to say?
You let me down. All
right, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start.
In 2020, rapper Akon.
You got some nerve.
Bro, we need to focus.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it again, you coward. Don't know.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
He was singing.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and get to this video because we got.
Stop, bro.
Bro, we got
Let me tell them what you did.
stuff to do, bruh. Come on.
Don't be singing Sean Kingston.
Akon made an announcement that he was building his own $6 billion future city in Africa that looks like the hybrid of Dubai.
Bro, come on. Lock in. Lock in.
Start it back.
No, bro, you don't get no repeats.
And the fictional city of Wakanda. Acon City is where innovation meets luxury, with 5 distinct districts designed to redefine urban living. See the African Village District, where modern waterfront homes beckon, and a sprawling, all-inclusive resort awaits your indulgence. Experience exhilaration in the Entertainment District, boasting a cutting-edge multi-purpose stadium and a colossal casino.
Yeah, the casino looked like a dolphin or something.
I don't like this just because, like, infrastructure wise.
Why it's shaped like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It looks like coral, like reefs.
Oh.
Like the ocean.
Okay. Like, okay.
For endless excitement, witness the future unfolding in the tech district, poised to become the Silicon Valley of Africa, where groundbreaking technologies shape tomorrow's world. And of course, the essential health and safety district, because public services such as police stations, fire departments, and a general
the reason why I don't like it is because depending on like where you are, like where your office is put in the building, you might be held. Because like, for instance, right, if you get this little fatty, you guys can't see it when I'm putting my mouse in. If you get this little fatty midsection of the place, you get this little fatty midsection, your office space is pretty big, right? But then if you get this little sliver of space as your office, then your office sucks compared to like the middle part.
We don't know what it looked like in the inside, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I feel it though.
Imagine you get your office right here or right here where it's just like an inch of space. That's bullcrap, man.
Hospital are key to residents' quality of life. The education district will provide comprehensive learning opportunities for both children and adults, ensuring growth and development for all. And lastly, the glamorous Sennewood district, which features 4 state-of-the-art filming studios, offices, and residential spaces, all culminating with the iconic Acon Tower piercing the...
What you looking at, bro? Like,
I'm making sure you was okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to be a better person. You didn't deserve that. You forgive me?
Yeah, I forgive you.
The skyline to glorify the genius who created this futuristic urban oasis. For the past 4 years, Akon and his team have been preparing this city to be ready for you to experience by 2024. And just 4 years later, this is what Akon City looks like.
Boy, man.
Is that a frog? What What is that sitting on top of that box? Is that the promo sign? You know how when you be driving down LA and they got the big fat infrastructure signs of what's coming soon, like new apartments or new condos coming soon? Is that his sign?
Yes.
Linked up on that box like that?
Yes.
With a toad sitting on top of it?
With a toad? I don't think that's a.
What is that?
Said,
I ain't got my glasses on.
she said he got a toad in the advertisement.
What is that?
Today, lies, corruption, collusion, a shady cryptocurrency,
Illuminati.
stealing native land. These are just a few of the villainous acts Akon has been accused of during this disastrous project. At first, many of his supporters saw him as a noble man making valiant efforts to create a real-life utopia, but now they question why the guy who believes that all men are divine kings to be worshipped by women wants to create and lead his own
He trying to live his soft guy era. Soft guy life.
Hey, man.
city. But before we get into the fall of Acon City, it is important to understand the actual
Alex,
amazing
it's not a
achievements
frog.
Akon has made for over a dozen African
It's not a
nations.
frog, bro.
After Akon made millions of dollars in the music industry, he wanted to extend resources to Senegal, which is where he is from. Growing up, Akon knew the struggles of living in the dark once the sun went down. The town in Senegal that he grew up in, like many others, had no access to running water or power. Local economies were forced to shut down businesses when the sun set, and families were constrained to candlelight and kerosene lamps to complete their nightly tasks, resulting in over 3 million deaths each year from harmful fumes and fires.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Hey, man, Americans, we gotta remember we are very lucky,
Very privileged.
very privileged. Like that, there's a city in India. They said that the smog is so like.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, the
Oh my
smog in
goodness.
India is so bad in this specific city that if you stand still for like, I think they said 2 minutes, just completely stand still,
You'll be covered in
you'll be
it.
covered in it. And then you can literally like wipe it off. They said it's so bad when you sweat, your sweat turns into mud.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
disgusting.
In 2014, Acon Lighting Africa was launched. In the first year of Akon's Lighting Africa project, he brought solar energy to 14 different African nations.
Okay.
And although his intentions were noble, he had to implement borderline unethical strategies to convince nations to invest in solar. But before we get into that, a quick word from today's sponsor, Cook Unity.
They're not our sponsor. Congratulations,
All right.
Link in the description below, and use my code PatrickCC50 to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals to try them out.
You're not gonna talk about that note you just hit?
I can't hear myself. I'm sick. Was it a good note? Did it-
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty
Okay,
good.
okay. Hey, appreciate you, gangster. I've been working on it. Got an EP coming out soon.
On a SoundCloud.
Don't disrespect me. It's gonna be a 2B classic.
That's a movie app.
Exactly. I'm gonna be the first one to drop a 2B movie, which is just an album.
You're so ignorant.
Yourself. One problem with Africans, he said, is that they often lack unity and are hesitant to think about the future. So he strategically approached nations who had upcoming elections, then installed solar systems for free in the village of the leader's choice, such as installing streetlights and solar panels for homes and businesses. Then it made those leaders look like they were invested in progressing their nation, which led to them receiving more votes from citizens. It came to the point that once that village was lit up, now the neighboring villages would bring pressure to the government and ask those same questions. How come we ain't lit up? Although many are critical of this tactic, at the end of the day,
why did they type it in the report? Like, come on, man. I know everybody ain't saying at the same time. How come we ain't lit up? Like, there had to be some people in that village of, hey, how come we don't have power like the other village? Or where's our solar panels? You telling me everybody universally said, how come we ain't lit up? Come on, bro. Don't do that. You good?
the communities are the ones who benefit the most. The solar electricity has allowed the vendors to operate for longer hours into the night and for children to study after dark. Also, just the simple installation of streetlights led to decreased crime rates due to the visibility the solar-powered street lighting provides. By 2020, Acon Lighting Africa has installed 100,000 solar-powered street lamps, 1,200 solar microgrids, and has created more than 5,000 jobs. But many people question how Acon was able to finance a project of this size. Sure, his music was successful, but we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in infrastructure costs. Well, he was able to land a line of credit for up to $1 billion worth of solar equipment with the finance arm of China Jiangsu International Group, which is a Chinese government-owned construction firm. Most of these African nations could not afford the upfront money for installing solar infrastructure, but Akon's line of credit allowed the governments to pay in installments.
But when Bush was
Name an Akon song right now, you gonna get your head blown off.
I got one. Give me a second. This is you can put the blame on me? Yeah, that's one?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You feel me? I really be on this music.
That's the only Akon song I know anyway. That's the only Akon song I know anyway. Is that locked up? You can put no. Remember that Mr. Lonely?
Is that Akon?
Yeah, he sang that song too.
Oh, hey, shout out to Akon. I don't know your music, bro. He wasn't really popping out here.
He was, but like not like cause he
was he on Bartender with T-Pain?
I don't remember that. Nah, I don't remember that.
I could have sworn he was on Bartender with T-Pain. I'll just do this. Oh wait, hold on. T-Pain and Akon. I can wait in. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
was in power, Bush created a 200% tax on all solar or all solar related renewable energy coming into America. So all that investment, those billions of dollars of investment that China put into this was just sitting in factories and sitting in China.
Bro, don't ask me about the man. Akon don't know me. I don't know who he hanging with.
I'm talking about the man sitting next to him.
He on a Vlad TV interview. He must be a snitch, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't be used, so I took advantage of that and went down to China and to partner with some of those companies that couldn't use all that, investment that they already put for Europe and America.
Because of Akon's efforts, and
investment that they already put for.
Nah. During the Vlad TV interview, going to sleep is crazy.
Vlad TV got a whole lot of
for
problems.
Europe and America.
Nah,
because
he
of
is. Nah, my boy was slumped.
Snoozing.
Akon's efforts, an estimated 28.8 million people can now enjoy the same benefits of electricity that much of the world has enjoyed for decades.
You've always said that China has done more for Africa than any other country.
I mean, it's true. That's not something anybody can argue with.
Yeah.
I mean, they came, they laid down infrastructure. They actually did something that the European countries been around for 400 years and did nothing. That's why if you see Africa now hasn't been developed. This was the responsibility of France, Great Britain, Italy, Germany. These guys have been in Africa forever and it's never been developed. China just started putting interest in Africa. Now you have roads, roundabouts, like they're actually putting structure down.
Now, China has been investing in Africa since the early 2000s, but their interest has dramatically increased in the past 10 years, having loaned $170 billion to 49 different nations. And while the Chinese government investing in Africa is a major step forward into the advancement of those nations, some people think that they have a secret evil motive behind their interest. Now, obviously, these Chinese...
We fumbled that. We fumbled that.
I mean, the here's my issue. If Africa has been given $170 billion, there should not be any city that is behind. So economic wise,
Yeah.
there should not be a single city in Africa that at least does not have proper buildings, roads, it does schools, it don't matter. I don't care about military threats and stuff like that. You have enough money, you can buy a mercenary group, 100 mercenary groups. So all this tells me is that the government and the people that are leading Africa do not want Africa to win. And that's all that's telling me. Because if you give me $1 billion as a person now, you tell me, hey, I'm gonna give you this city. It's an empty lot, empty city. There's nothing there. Give you $1 billion. I guarantee you, you give me 3 years, I will already have that city up and running. Because $1 billion is just a lot to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to work with. So you had 170 billion.
Now, what you gonna do to get that billion back or maintain it?
Once you basically gave me a city lot.
Yeah.
So all I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna build a whole bunch of gas stations and convenience stores, and I'm gonna make that city just a pure convenience store gas station thing for people who pass through. Then I'm gonna start putting up actual residency. Because there's gonna be some people who just like the area because it's isolated and it's not too many people always in there.
I can't really comment too much about Africa because I've never been to Africa. I don't know the things that they have and they don't have. But
yeah, that's not a dig at Africa.
I'm just saying in general, like I don't know their lifestyle and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's the government. I'm blaming the government because it's $170 billion and y'all still got poverty at the levels that y'all do. Y'all haven't been doing nothing for y'all people. You people who got this power and elect and all that, your corruption is just off of that number alone. Your corruption is very evident.
These investments need to be paid back. The problem is that Africa's total debt from 2000 to 2022 is around $1.8 trillion, which is 300% higher than Africa's GDP growth rate in the same amount of time. Basically, they're in a lot of debt and don't have a stable way to pay back the money. But that might be exactly what the Chinese government wants. Debt trap diplomacy, or the Chinese debt trap, is essentially their strategy of building expensive infrastructure and assets that these African nations cannot afford, secretly hoping that they will stop making payments and then China will take control of their land or assets that they just built. Now, why would China want to control a bunch of land, resources, and assets in the middle of Africa? Your guess is as good as mine. But these theories were spawned after an investigation into these loan documents.
In one report which analyzed 100 Chinese contracts, it revealed that the loans are structured to give an advantage over other creditors and allows action to be taken if the borrower acts contrary to the interests of a People's Republic of China entity. There are also unusual clauses that shroud agreements in secrecy.
So what exactly would constitute as acting contrary to the interest of a Chinese entity? Well, that's really vague, likely on purpose. Who knows what would legally count as acting contrary? And as far
so that's like if Africa came to the US and tried to ask like, hey, we want to do this thing, like this big unified project and have a lot of US influence come out to Africa, set up this.
China could shut it down.
China would be like, yeah, hey, hold on. You feel me? That I get it. It's a power move for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As far as these unusual confidential clauses, well, that alone is enough for some people to believe that China is trying to be vague and non-transparent on purpose. But others believe that this is just extremely standard contract practices that the World Bank and any other small bank in existence provides, and that the Chinese debt trap as a whole is just more Western propaganda to 1. Demonize Africa more, and 2. Make Americans hate the Chinese government. Think about it this way. When you're buying a house, does the government, the media, or the banks call it a debt trap? No, they call it a smart and often necessary investment into your future. But if you can't make your payments on your house, they take it away, and now they own it. So wouldn't that make buying a house an American debt trap? It just comes down to whether you think China is doing extremely standard business, or do they want these nations to fall short on payments to take over their assets and gain power power in Africa. Regardless, Akon's relationship with these Chinese financiers and previous success with lighting Africa allowed him to pitch his newest venture, Akon City. He claims that he was able to get his $1 billion credit line raised to $5 billion with these Chinese investment groups. Following the announcement of the city, Akon went on a publicity tour promoting the new project.
The president of Senegal gave you 3 square miles of land.
Well, this is the thing. I had to actually buy the land, so it wasn't gifted to me. But what the president and the government are doing, they're actually laying the foundation for all the infrastructure.
See, here's why I don't believe him out the gate. This is the first sign I wouldn't trust Akon. Look at that necklace. Look at that necklace, boy.
What is it? Because I can't really see.
It's just diamonds. Diamonds all down, diamonds all down, diamonds over here. Then it's a diamond ring. I mean, a metal ring covered in diamonds connected to another metal ring covered in diamonds. And these diamonds are fat. These are some fat diamonds. Then it's another ring with a whole ring of diamonds, just fat diamonds. And you rocking Versace and diamonds.
Yeah, I feel it. Some people wear fake jewelry though.
Yeah, but true.
Structure on the land.
I don't know, bro. That look real, bro. But then again, I'm watching I wouldn't trust off the fact that, bro, if I'm really trying to do this thing, if I'm in the middle of saying that this is like the most expensive project of my life and blah 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 blah, bro, I'm rocking just clothes that get me through the day because all my money is going towards that project. I'm not, what the freak is this? Like,
the basic sewage, electricity, things like
Now
that.
remember,
All the things that
he's
have to
African, but he
be
lives
set
in
forth for me to
America.
build the city on top of.
Okay.
And they give me
He's doing what
100% full,
Americans do.
support.
yeah, for sure.
The city will be built on a 3 square mile plot just 60 miles from Dakar, the capital and largest city in Senegal. Now, 3 square miles is not a ton of land. That's 2,000 acres or a little more than double the size of Central Park in New York City. However, Akon says this version of the city is just phase 1 of a multi-phase plan. He also announced during this time that Akon City would operate fully on their own cryptocurrency called Acon. Acon is a stellar-based cryptocurrency designed to fuel rising entrepreneurs in
crypto
Africa
scam.
and beyond. Acon will be used as a common medium of transfer between Africa's 54 countries, each with its own volatile currency, allowing African citizens and entrepreneurs to engage with the digital economy with only a mobile phone.
People don't always have access to, bank accounts and so forth, but everybody has a phone.
Everybody has a phone.
So with the phone, you can make payments.
Absolutely.
And that's how it all kind of fits in
That's
to the
where
thing.
it makes all the sense in the world. for us.
Okay.
Acoin is not a groundbreaking technology. Many Africans have adopted crypto for everyday use as it is generally more stable and flexible than their country's native currency. But even before crypto was adopted, over 50 million Africans use M-Pesa or mobile minutes, which is kind of like the Cash App or Venmo of Africa. Millions of Africans can transfer money to family members in different countries or pay for goods and services with ease using M-Pesa. It would be significantly easier for Akon City residents if the country was built around a more commonly used cryptocurrency or just sticking with M-Pesa. So why Acoin?
How much Acoin do you actually own?
I mean, I am the bank.
Akon said it himself. He is the bank. Not only is he building a city named after him, but also creating the currency that he controls and owns the most of. Before long,
It sounds like he putting himself in power. It don't sound like he helping nothing. It sounds like he putting himself as like whatever. It 3 miles ain't big, but if it's a 3 mile city full of people, then now you guys are residents of Akon's city. You feel me? He giving himself a lot of power. Hey man, Akon went off the radar for a cool minute. That man doing power moves.
What does his name even mean? Akon.
Oh, freaking no. I ain't never thought about it. Let's see. What does Akon mean? Powerful and complete. Boy, ain't no way.
launching his Acoin cryptocurrency, the Acoin website announced a pre-sale opportunity called the Token of Appreciation or TOA campaign. This presale was treated like a donation, and donors were promised 4 tokens for every $1 spent. Acon was launched on most major crypto exchanges in early 2021 and peaked at around 58 cents, which at the time was around a 132% gain for the TOA holders if they sold. However, the majority believed in Acon, so they held. Within a few months, the price began spiraling down to roughly 10 cents per coin, taking TOA holders from a 132% gain to a 60% loss. Due to the shocking dip, Acon admins offered a refund to their initial donors. One donor named Marcus said, "The refund was meant to come a few weeks later. We are now over a year, and we're back at the same situation we were years ago with the lack of communication, and now everybody's up in arms." But Marcus isn't alone. The owner of the Go Black to Africa YouTube channel showed proof of him emailing Acon admins only to be ignored for years. The YouTube
Dang. It's you know the sad part, the way crypto is like built out to be, it's like crypto is a really good concept, but these scams and rug pulls and all that stuff that happen with NFTs, crypto coins, digital assets in general, it's like y'all say it's the future, but y'all couldn't even let these concepts get off the ground for 10 years before y'all immediately every single.
When did crypto come out? Because I heard about crypto in like high school.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it didn't get a solid 10 years of like really crypto just being like fresh and good concept. Like even early on when crypto first came out while we were in high school, BitConnect was over there scamming people, all that, bro. It was like, bro, we couldn't even get 3, 4, 5 years into Bitcoins and all that without people doing all these scams and stuff like that.
As far as what we know.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, dang, bro.
We
Like
couldn't invest in it at the time.
Yeah, BitConnect. The BitConnect guy was trending.
Yeah.
And then it turned out he was scamming crazy.
Yeah,
like
YouTuber wrote to Andrew of the Acon Foundation requesting a refund on December 19th, 2021. Andrew replied 22 days later and said that the YouTuber was added to the list for refund requests and we will be reaching out shortly regarding further details on how to proceed. The YouTuber provided his physical mailing address, which Andrew claimed was the next step towards a refund, only for him to be ignored for 4 months with no refund, and now it has been 3 years and still no refund. When Acon was asked about these refunds, he said he had no idea there was any problems.
Now that I wasn't aware, because I know all the people that I know that was on record. We definitely met with everybody, and this was the agreement that was actually agreed on. So if there was anyone outside of that, I definitely wasn't aware.
And those people who asked for their money back and were expecting it a year ago, when will they receive their money?
Well, that I'm just literally on everything finding out. So I'm gonna definitely get more involved in figuring out what that's.
yeah, see, you see lying through his teeth because there's no way that you didn't see all these people asking for their money back
For a year.
For a
whole
year. Yeah, you ain't hearing it at all, Acon. Come on, bro. Let's not be stupid.
But we
he's
do
all right.
have
Don't
instruments
see
in
them
place to make
lawsuits,
sure
too.
those people are happy, even if I gotta go in my own pocket.
But as far as we know, Acon has not come out of pocket to pay these people back. The coin eventually fell to $0.0029, which is essentially a 100% loss. At the moment, Acon is not listed on any cryptocurrency exchange, so nobody can buy it, sell it, or use it anywhere. It is worth nothing.
Akon had appeared that he was doing a good job, but it seems though that he is just like most who would want to use Africa only for his own benefit.
As if it couldn't get any worse, Acon City today is an utter ghost town. Last year, this picture went viral of one singular Minecraft concrete brick laid in the center of Acon City, showcasing an extreme lack of progress being made considering the fact that Acon said the city would be done by 2024. However, there is a little more than just this one stone. Today in 2024, you can see the first completed building, an extremely standard and non-futuristic building that they say is a recreational center. There's also another small, barely constructed building with a spiral staircase, which to be fair does look like a small version of what the original vision depicted. However, 99% of the land remains vacant with wild cattle grazing. Yes, technically construction has begun, but as you can see, this is a far cry from the futuristic megacity we were promised. Acon blames the pandemic, saying everything would be pushed back by 2 years, which doesn't really make sense considering he announced Acon City to the international media when the pandemic was at its worst moments. The unfortunate unfortunate part about the land that's just sitting unused is that the land belonged to several hundred people who are still owed compensation from the Senegalese government. The first phase of Akon City was supposed to be built on 55 hectares of land secured by SAPCO in 2009, eventually expanding onto a further 500 hectares by the end of the decade. Macky Sall, the president of Senegal, said, "My problem concerning the land is not with Akon. My problem is concerning SAPCO, because it is them who took the land from the villagers." Originally, the Senegalese government's tourist board, SAPCO, was backing the project, saying,
This is getting me mad because it's like, bro, I get it. You want money, you want power, you want this, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But you took all them people out their homes.
It's not fair to people that's just trying to live.
Yeah, people who didn't even want to be involved in what you're doing. And you directly affect all those people. And then you come over here to the States where you know we're not going to look into it. And you sit in people's faces in interviews and interviews and interviews and interviews and just lie and just say, I'm doing a great thing for Africa. I'm doing this for Africa. I'm doing this for Africa. Oh, dude, Africa, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Then when somebody go over to Africa to see, okay, where is all this stuff that you talking about? You got homeless people all over the place. You got cows all over the place. And people asking like, oh, where's Akon at? And they all like, yeah, bro, Akon ain't been here in years. It's like, bro, as soon as documents like these and stuff need to come out, I feel like it should be, the people should have enough say. We, beyond canceling Akon, we should have the right to tell Akon or be able to make Akon pay all those people back what he took from those people.
No, he owns it. He owns it now.
It's like there's got to be a there's got to be a way to exact justice for these people.
It's not like America, like how we can rally together and all jump on a lawsuit and go against one person. It's not like that for them.
We believe in Akon City, and we are all supporting Akon so the Akon City will come to life. It will attract tourists and investors in the region, and SAPCO is fully committed to the success of this project. But most recently, they have sent Akon a formal notice that if the project has not advanced by next year, its contract with him will be terminated. And since Akon has massively overpromised and massively underdelivered, people are starting to question his intentions in the first place. "I plan to retire in that city," he says confidently. "I don't like to use the word king of the city, but that's what it will turn out to be." Words like this have made some people believe that Akon City is just an empire to inflate his ego at best and a corrupt billion-dollar scam at worst. Additionally, Akon's views of the Western world's morals and gender roles has made people disagree with him as a leader.
But what happens in today's society, the woman chooses which role she want to play. In the last 10, 15 years.
That right there should have been the first red flag. Because I've never seen this interview. Mm-hmm. If a man spent the last 10 years telling me that I'm doing this and we're bringing Africa back to its prime and all this, right? And you're setting yourself as this is your huge ambition. Every conversation I see, you better be talking your talk about your project or your ambition, because that is what's going to tell me you're serious about what you're talking about. If you told me you were going to do all these cities for Africa, and then I'm like, okay, cool. And then I finally get to see an interview with you on it, and you ain't talking nothing about Africa. You talking about, and this is why women need to go back to their roles and dogs need to go back to their roles. I'm gonna be like, time out. What the freak does this got to do with your ambitions?
Well, we would have to see the full interview to get more context, but I get what you're saying. Like, if he only talked about this throughout the whole interview and not about the things that he said he was going to do for Africa, it's not even, I don't even know if it's for Africa at this point. It's clearly been about him.
Yeah, it's about him. As soon as he would have came on and talk about some gender roles and all this crap and all this, I'd be like, time out, bro. What this got to do with your Africa project, bro?
But that's what I'm saying. He's African, but he's lived in America. He's developed all the westernization, like, ways of thinking to inflate his ego, and now he's gonna go boast that over there in Africa.
And the sad part is he ain't boasting it nowhere, because he ain't over there either, apparently.
Yeah.
I haven't met a woman that can actually cook. I haven't met a woman that actually wants to clean the house. I've met the baddest bitches on the globe and asked to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom looked like shit. Hair all over the place, all kind of products.
And the audacity, you sitting here talking about a woman's house Let's talk about your city, Akon. She got hair all over the bathroom floors. You got cows all through your infrastructure. Dropping deuces. You drop you saw them stairs?
Yeah.
Y'all couldn't finish sweeping the stairs as y'all was building the stairs? Y'all got feces and dirt and dust and a pitchfork. What is a pitchfork doing on stairs anyway? What was you pitchforking up there?
I'm assuming some type of farmer has occupied that space.
Yeah, took it for his own.
All that cattle.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. That's a natural instinct. That's a natural instinct.
I'm with you.
Maybe this could just be a joke, but Akon does follow a very non-Western style of raising his 9 children with 7 different women.
9
At
children?
every single recital.
No, that's a white man's thing. Who gives a fuck about a recital? The reason why it's people like me.
This man is a
That's
super
a white
villain.
man's thing to go to your child's recital.
Yeah,
To be an active, supportive parent is a white man's thing.
He just put white men on a pedestal above black men, and he did it himself.
Can't spend every single day and minute with their children is because the mother's job is to be there with the children. I'm the man. My job is to provide comfort so the mother can provide and raise those children to be like me. Now, if it's a man, when a child gets to a certain age, that's my responsibility now to show him what a man's role and responsibility is. But you can't expect a man to conquer the world if he's home with children. In life, there's roles.
Yeah, no.
A man has his role.
Yes.
And a woman has her role.
Yes.
But the day the woman believes that the man is supposed to share her role with her, then that means she's lacking. So I don't go pull my wife out to the construction site to go pull nails in 2x4s because that's not her place. A guy ain't got time to be in the house all day with no kids.
Now, this could be chalked up to just a
Okay. No, I get that. I understand it. Being your kid's life, though.
Yeah, that's my
part,
problem.
being your kid's life.
That's my problem.
I understand it because I agree with it because at the end of the day, he's right. If we have kids, if I'm at home every day with the kids and you at home every day with the kids,
nobody's providing.
Who getting the bread?
Right. No, I understand in that regard.
Yeah, but
I know
your daughter's recital, cuz, come on, bro. You
not
not
even
that.
just a recital, bro. Like
you not that busy, bro.
You sitting up here telling me I can't spend every single day with my kids because you're a man. You can't spend every single day with your kids. You can't spend an hour 30 with your kids. Even though you work all day, I understand that, but bro, like, no, bro, you gotta spend some time with your kids. You gotta make time for your kids.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Those arguments is like a really gray area argument because if something I'm doing is providing enough bread to pay for our cost of living, and there's unfortunately just gonna be some days where I don't come home because it's just I'm gonna have to sleep at the site or whatever, or I'm gonna pass out on my car as soon as I get off the shift or something like that. As unhealthy and as horrible as that is, if somebody tells me this is what you got to do to make it your kids and your wife is gonna be good, then as a man, it's like, all right, then I'm gonna just have to take that L. But I'm not gonna take pride in it. That's my thing. I'm not happy that I don't get to see my kids. For him to be like, nah, man, that's your job. You blah blah blah. Like, nah, that I don't agree with that one. But I understand the sacrifice.
I understand the roles of a man and woman. I get that. I respect that. I uphold and uplift those things if that's what y'all agree to do. But and I also understand like some men are expected to provide a certain level of security, comfort, and all that other kind of stuff. But to sit here and say like, this is what you got to do to make it. Sometimes you got to leave your family behind type stuff.
No.
I'm saying that's how it comes off. And some men do that. They put their while they're putting their family first by going out, getting the money and all that kind of stuff, they're actually putting their families last in regards of building relationship, building memories and all that other kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand sacrificing. Sometimes you would have to sacrifice your time with being with your family. But in the midst of you sacrificing your time, what are you going to do to make up those times that you missed with your family? Because money's...
But it's like I told you, our purpose as men on this planet is like they say, you get your reward when you're dead. Because the reward for us is if my kid becomes successful based off of the stuff I did, that's my reward. If my family can grow up and everybody can say in the household they live good lives based off of the sacrifices I made, that's my reward. My reward, yes, spending time with the kids is all that. That's the reward. But as a man, that's not my objective. That's just a perk to the objective. So if somebody tells me I got to go mine coal in Alaska for 2 months, but those 2 months I sacrifice, even though I can't get lung cancer and all that stuff from mining, if those 2 months can put you guys away and you guys will be completely well off for the rest of our child's life and the rest of your life until you retire, if I just sacrifice those 2 months, I'm 1,000% sacrificing those 2 months.
I see why women and men are set up a certain kind of way. Because for me, I'm more of a interpersonal type person. Like, I want to connect with you and all that other kind of stuff.
It's not even that. That's not a you thing. That's women. You're being a woman.
Just said that's why men and women are set up differently.
Right. Because that's how God made us.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, I had to cough.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You're saying, like, I get it though. You wouldn't if somebody told you the same thing that they told me.
I wouldn't. I couldn't see myself doing it because my biggest goal in life is to be a mother and to be able to comfortably raise my kids in the way that they should go and stuff like that.
Right,
so
but even in that,
bonding and spending time with them.
You see how you said being able to comfortably raise my kids?
Yeah.
That's why me and you have to think differently.
Yeah.
Because you want to be comfortable raising your kids because that's what you were made to do.
Right.
My mind is I need to provide you with that comfort. Because you wanting to be comfortable to raise your kid, that's what you were made to do. But it's my job to give you that so you can do that. And if me being uncomfortable or miserable for 2 months gives you that, then I need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about it after when you can give me the medical treatment and all that when I come back. But even if they tell me like, hey man, because you did that, your life expectancy a little shorter, bro, but you did it, then at the end of the day, I'm not going to regret it because I'm going to be like, my legacy is not perfectly set up for whatever. I did my objective.
No, I understand that. I just don't like the whole thing where sometimes men will make it seem like they just don't have any time for their family at all.
Yeah, no.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that crap is that crap is trash.
That hurts. Not only does that hurt like your spouse, but it hurts the kids.
Oh, 100%.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 100%. The way he was approaching it, like I don't want to deal with no kids. I got to make this bread. I don't appreciate that.
She's bringing up a recital, even though she's older now, but that's something that stuck with her in her core memories as a child.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't there.
Traditional style of raising a family, but sometimes he justifies his beliefs with extreme levels of bro science.
So, as a woman, her role is to support the man. The man, we are the kings and the divine of this universe. A woman can never compare to the man. They have to understand that here in America. The women don't create life. They support the creation of life. A man right now can create life without a woman, but a woman can't create life without a man.
What the fuck?
A man can go and create life without a woman, but a woman cannot create life without a man.
You talking about sperm? Yeah, even we're not seahorses. Like, we're not asexual.
And men get pregnant?
No.
So how are y'all creating life without a woman?
He's trying to make that claim everybody, man, like what dudes used to say, like, oh, you don't got no life in you until I put it in you. Me, I'm walking around with millions of lives right now. Because he's talking about sperm, the seed, how the sperm are alive.
We carry eggs, but
your eggs are making
the sperm fertilizes the egg.
Yeah, so he's making the argument because we carry the seed, we're the life givers. You guys aren't, because you can't give no life unless I pass the life to you.
You can't create no life without God say so. So it don't even matter.
Yeah,
it's beyond
so
me
it's
and you.
That's why I say it's bro science, because men can't get men pregnant, and women can't get women pregnant. So we need each other. Stupid.
If I wanted to create life right now without a woman, I would just shoot my sperm, put it in the incubator, and just give it 9 months, even maybe less with today's science, and a baby will be born. A woman.
No, because what would your incubator in science be based off of?
You're talking about artificial.
Yeah,
birth?
and the sad part about the artificial argument, the reason why this is disproved is because this artificial system or artificial womb would be based off of women, so you would still need women to base your AI off of. So even as that AI gets created, even if it works at 100%, it's just an artificial woman. So you still need women. It's still.
Women can't do that.
Hopefully in Acon City, he is not in charge of the education curriculum because his science is considerably off here. Acon is likely referring to vitro gametogenesis, which is essentially creating an egg and a sperm outside of the human body to create a life. And the answer is no, we cannot do this right now. We can fertilize a female egg and a male sperm in a lab environment, but in order to give birth, the fertilized embryo must be transferred back to the woman's uterus. At the absolute worst, Acon could be a scammer with a god complex, who is willing to take Chinese money to build infrastructure that African nations cannot afford, only to line his own pockets while these nations crumble and get taken over by the Chinese government. Or at best, he is truly trying to build a futuristic utopia for Africans, and unfortunately, the massive political and economic responsibilities were far more than he could handle. And as of right now, Acon City won't exist for a very long time. But to be honest, it probably never will.
Hey, shout out to Patrick CC for this video. Akon is a trip, bro. Like, at this point, who can you trust? You can't trust nobody to do anything at this point.
Do your own research.
Dustin Maris, thank you for the sub.
Do your own research. Stop trying to follow the lives of other people and aspirations of other people, because it may sound good when they chop it up in bits and clips and stuff like that, but when you put it all together, unedited, just raw, unfiltered, that was a mess.
All right, y'all. Y'all be easy, man.